Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is the end of the month of May Tarot Oracle reading. And Libra, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Libra, we all have a little bit of Libra in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, what house is Libra in? That is where this energy is probably going to be most apparent to you. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. So the underlying energy for this reading is from the bottom of the deck, and this energy is talking about victory. This is talking about having victory because of taking strong action here. The wands in tarot represent the element of fire, and the fire is talking about strong action. This is about having passion for your actions. And this individual here has clearly come out the leader of a competition or a battle. And the people in the background, some of them look a little disgruntled. Perhaps this was a position at work that everybody was, being interviewed for, and you were the clear leader. And they wanted it really badly too, but they had to admit that, out of all of them, that you were clearly the leader and deserved this position. And that's because you were able to rein in your emotions and discipline your mind to take strong action. Congratulations. And then we have this energy here, which is the shift disturber. So the shift disturber energy, this is the energy of the element is air, and the swords represent your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. And so the shift disturber, he's a walking contradiction. We don't really quite know what he's up to. The background color of the card is golden, so that can sometimes mean that this doesn't necessarily have to be actions that were taken vindictively, but could be possibly just a walking contradiction. So this energy is he's got two swords planted here, and he's sneaking off with these 5 swords. He's got bright red boots and a bright red cap on. It's broad daylight. You can see him sneaking away from a mile away, right? And so if he's a thief, he's not a thief in the night. He's a thief in daylight. And because the swords represent, your thoughts, and thoughts are expressed as words that could be verbal or written. This could be someone who's just sitting at his desk, pushing paper, and appears to be doing his job, but what he's really doing is pushing hidden secrets through the paperwork. And so this could represent white-collar crime, like identity theft, forgery, that type of energy. All those white-collar crime, I think they referred to. And he also is moving forward, and he's not looking where he's going. And what the most scary thing about this card is the fact that he's not looking where he's going, and look how he is holding these swords. He's holding these swords these are so sharp. Who holds swords like this? I've never seen anyone do that before. This is so dangerous. He's not looking where he's going. He could easily trip. And if he does, he could lose his hands. This is, if he's this dangerous with his own energy, how careful is he with yours? And so this could be someone in your life that, is affecting your life in a negative way because of their actions. And they don't really care about the consequences, but the consequences probably aren't for them. They're probably more for you. In other words, you have way more to lose than they do. So this is talking about internal forces, and it's affecting your internal forces. Internal forces are what keeps you awake at night saying, what if this idiot does this? What if that idiot does that? I'm going to have to clean up his mess again. That's the type of energy that I'm picking up. And then we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is talking about someone who is one of the four queens, it's the energy of one of the four queens in the minor arcana. She is the most loving of all the queens, the most maternal. Her energy, the cups in tarot represent quite often romantic love, but they can also represent all kinds of love. Love for your family, love for your friends, love for, your partners in business, your neighbors, etc. So there's, she has a huge capacity for love. And that's why her cup is like a trophy. And her cup is the only one that has a lid on it, because it's saying she is a container of unconditional love. This queen energy Queen of Cups would most likely be in a traditional marriage. She's the most maternal of all the queens. And this could also represent your maternal bloodline. And so your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother. And if you are married, this could also represent your spouse's maternal bloodline. So your mother-in-law and the ancestors of the mother-in-law. This is in the position of your self-image. So you are presenting as someone who is very loving and is in this Queen of Cups energy. Now, I just want to point out that all the characters in tarot can be male or female. They're not gender specific. This is more talking about a feminine energy and the maternal bloodline than it is talking about the gender of the person. Now, this is talking about disappointment in love. With this card showing up first, this could be romantic love, but it also could be any kind of love, really. This is representing, these three cups are representing the energy of, three cups of love. Now, this could be something that you love to do or be as well. So this could represent 3 projects that you started for business, or 3 businesses, that type of energy that you really love to do, but it just didn't work out. And you've tried it, you've attempted to bring this out 3 times. The universe is going, give it another chance. And you're like, I just can't handle the disappointment. Or this could be an energy of you having given someone in your life, whether that be a romantic partner, someone in business, someone in your family, friends, etc., 3 chances. And they're saying, just give me one more chance. And you're like, no way, 3 strikes, you're out. This also could represent, in a romantic relationship, a third-party involvement. And sometimes that third-party involvement may have even brought in the most beautiful gift of all, which is a baby. But if it's not your baby, it's outside of the connection, it's troublesome, to say the least, and probably very disappointing. So this energy is talking about the 5 of Swords represents cutthroat energy. This is about your abundance, by the way. So right now you're feeling like you're not receiving the love in return that you deserve, or like I just feel like if it's a business, the pentacles aren't coming in. And so this energy is cutthroat energy, and this could be why this is happening. That might have something to do with it. The cutthroat energy, and this person has clearly fought, and these 2 have laid down their swords. They're like, okay, we don't want to fight with you anymore. And he's like, okay, any other takers? Because I am going to fight for what's mine. And the sword energy, can sometimes also be representing, like, this is outer conflict, but this could also be inner conflict. So sometimes this card can represent 3 versions of yourself. And because this is in internal forces, I feel that it's regarding your energy. And this can represent you being in conflict in your mind, having trouble figuring out how to deal with a situation, because you have inner conflict because of the outer conflict. And outer conflict will create inner conflict, and vice versa. So this is sometimes 3 versions of you, and this could be your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is formed by the time you're like around 6 years of age. This is, if you think about your memory, you probably don't remember much of your under the age of 6, before kindergarten, and probably not much about being a baby at all. And yet a baby is like absorbing like their environment at such a high level. You think about what a baby learns in the first year alone, it's incredible. And also those, the thoughts that, and the way you're raised and your values and your culture, your religion, all of that is determined by the people who are put in charge of your care and their values, etc. So really this mind, the subconscious mind, is made up of the thoughts of other people telling you who they thought you were. And yet, if we get really in a position like this where our emotions are running high and we're having trouble making it, the inner conflict is up, it can be because the subconscious mind is really the thoughts of other people, and it's not that reliable as to what we would do as an adult now in this situation. And because it's so heavily imprinted on us, that's the one that quite often first pops up. Then we have the unconscious mind, which is coming from your spiritual side. And this is actually, a lot of people will say, yes, I'm a human being and I have a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you're a soul traveling in a human body as your vehicle to travel around Earth. And if the soul's needs aren't being met, then the unconscious mind starts fighting with the subconscious and the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is basically what you're conscious of. Like, I went to the store yesterday, I purchased these 3 items. That cost me this much money, and then I went home and made supper. That type of energy. You could relate that story because you're conscious of it. So if these 3 are congruent with each other, then it's easy to come to cohesive decisions within your mind. And if there's conflict here, it can quite often create conflict outside or be created because of conflict coming from external forces. So this energy, the way to discipline your mind is through meditation and prayer, being in a position where you tame your mind down. Your mind should be working for you, not against you. And then this is talking about your pentacle energy. Now, pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3rd dimensional world. They are shaped as coins because when you think about the 3D world, we definitely rely on money as our form of payment. So money plays a huge role in the 3D world. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world, and if you don't have your health and you don't have love in your life, then you're not going to be living the lifestyle that you want to be living. So this is more about lifestyle. Having said that, the 4 of Pentacles is talking about the 3 levels of making money. Like, there's safe money, and it's a strong foundation because it's saying that you do have the money to pay your bills. You do have, you're able to make your payments, but there's not much left for your heart's desires or going after your crowning glory. And your crowning glory is when you're on your destined path and you're at the top of your game. And this, you notice this person has their back to the city. And this sometimes can represent like that he's been playing small and has not been taking any opportunities at all to get out of like this energy and into this energy. He's got his back to the city because it's representing you may have to leave your comfort zone to be able to take advantage of some opportunities. And so, opportunities come up and sometimes you have to take a risk, and it needs to be a calculated risk. So consult with financial advisors or whoever if you're taking a risk like that. But it can be very that's the only way that you move into the next level is to take calculated risks. And it's also very challenging to be a hero in your own hometown. People remember you from like elementary school and high school, no matter what age you are, if they've known you for a long time. And so it's easier sometimes to move to a bigger center or somewhere and just be that individual that's new in town. And so we have the Knight of Cups energy talking about, and so this energy here is communication from your early life. And I feel like it has to do about your emotional foundation, also regarding money, how you earn it, lifestyle, that type of energy. You may have been in a family where there was a lot of could have been inner conflict within the family, like with your parents, or it could have even been like within the larger family, uncles, aunts, cousins, that type of energy coming in and disrupting the calm of your family's life. So, and then that, of course, causing inner conflict, and the communication around that. There is sometimes, how some families are just too tight. They know too much about each other. And then this energy here is talking about your emotional foundation regarding how to make money, what risks to take, that type of energy. And this is your creativity, romance, and children. So when the Knight of Cups is coming in, the Knights represent communication or information coming in. And if you think about the Knight of Cups, he's like the knight in shining armor that we read about in the romance novels. The knights would travel far and wide to deliver communication and information from the kings and the queens and the kingdoms throughout the land. And this was the only form that they had of long-distance communication. So the knights can also be a female in their masculine energy, and this could represent communication these days. It's not even that likely to come in by person. It could be a phone call, a text message. You might receive a card in the mail. Flowers are delivered to your door. Someone's offering you a cup of love. This could be internet dating. This could be an email that comes with an invitation. This could represent an energy of, you're on social media and someone messages you, or there's an event posted and you go to that event and then you meet someone in person that's the perfect person for you. This also is saying pay attention to what's going on in the largest scale, like from the top of the pyramid down, because whatever is happening with the elite circles, the leaders of countries, etc., that is reflected also in the everybody below that pyramid. As above, so below. So some sort of information, communication is coming in. Someone may be offering you a cup of love. And then we have, if this isn't a cup, if you already have a relationship and you're not looking for another one, this can sometimes represent new energy, loving energy in your relationship. Possibly like, what is it when they not redo the vows, but sometimes I can't find the words when I'm in the zone. So this is just, when you restate your vows from your marriage, or maybe having an anniversary, that, going on a date with your partner, that type of energy, celebration of your love. And if it's not that, it can also represent something you really love to do, and someone's coming in with a cup to empower you to do or be what you love. And this is talking about all these. The Nine of Cups is like just one away from the 10. So if you added this one, then you would have 10 cups, which is the ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. This energy can say that someone may be coming in who's a public figure, or you're a public figure. It's like this person is sitting on the stage and they're highly favored. There's 9 cups here already, and it's saying you don't quite have this yet, but you're working on that 10th cup, and you're highly favored to get it if you can maintain your focus. Now this person is sitting like in body language. When you sit with your feet out like that, you're leaking your masculine and your feminine energy and from your base chakra, and this can really cause you to lose focus and drain your energy. Having said that, on the upper body, he has his arms in the shape of an infinity symbol. He kind of reminds me of a genie. So this is someone who is very successful, but it's saying you know how to do this, and we don't know, are these cups sitting on a shelf behind him? Are they above his head, or are they forward and he's sitting back? So this could be past, present, or future energy coming in. And this is about your daily routine habits and your health. So this energy is pretty awesome here. The only card we have is this person and some conflict coming from outside. But the problem is, I feel like the pentacle energy, we have the love, we have, like some sort of promotion or an upgrade in your life happening here in that area. But the lifestyle seems to be short a little here. So let's see what's going on here. In the external forces, you're not asking what if anymore. Now you're saying what the EF happened. And this is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is an energy of like, this person he's been successful. This quite often reminds me of entrepreneur energy. He's standing at the turret of his castle and he's overlooking his domain, and he can see that, he's got this globe in his hands and he's saying, I've got the world in my hands. But the problem is that he can see that his domain is quite small, and perhaps he's from a small village or whatever, and he can see, I need to be able to expand my business or my life. This could represent having passion for someone and wanting to offer them a cup of love, and maybe say, let's start a family, that type of expansion. Or this reminds me of like maybe an entrepreneur wanting to franchise their business, representing that, okay, there's only so many clients here. I'm a big fish in a little pond, and I need to maybe keep this business here, but then start another one in another location, take it global, that type of energy. So this is talking about the external forces wanting expansion, and possibly needing to leave. It's again like needing to leave where you're at, whether or not that's just in your mind, or like where your mind is at right now, or it's talking about literally moving forward and leaving and moving to another city, country, overseas, whatever that may be. And then we have the King of Wands energy, and the King of Wands is one of 4 kings in the tarot, and he is representing the element of fire. So this is made of wood, and it's saying that he's a passionate person. And the wood is made from a tree. So the tree, this can represent the ancestors' deep roots as well as your offshoots. So this can represent this energy of wanting to maybe start a family. Now the King of Wands is considered the sexiest king of them all. He's very charismatic, visionary. He loves new adventure and new projects and that type of energy. The salamander going by here, and the salamanders with their tails in a circle, and the lion energy here is talking about protection from fire. And one thing I've noticed about this on the throne here, it almost looks like there's a face here, and there's 2 eyes, and then the mustache with smoke coming out, and smoke coming out of the mouth. And so this could just say, hey, the king is smoking hot, because he is. Or it could say, where there's smoke, there's fire. So the thing that you need to know about the King of Wands is sometimes his love of new projects and wanting to, being a visionary, always looking into the future, tends to make him to bleed into his love life a little. So this could just mean he's smoking hot, or it could mean where there's smoke, there's fire. So if this is your partner, or your spouse, someone you've made a commitment with, that's the position that he's in. Recognize that the King of Wands is of all the kings, he would be the one that would settle down last. He has a lot of options because he's very charismatic and sexy, and people enjoy his company. So, and sometimes he takes that into his romantic life. So he has a tendency to play the field. And then this energy is talking about the Hierophant. The Hierophant is coming in and bringing justice to a situation from the spiritual realm down to the physical. So this is talking about perhaps these pentacles and this energy and this disappointment could be that someone that you were in a commitment with, whether that be with business or in your love life, someone even that you were maybe perhaps married to, this energy could be, because it's sitting here, created a disappointment for you, and it's affected your pentacles and caused a lot of conflict, that type of energy. So the Hierophant is representing bringing justice in. And this is, the Hierophant has his hand in a blessing. So this is saying that when the Hierophant comes in, that it's going to be a blessing for you, because the truth is going to come out about a situation. And it seems to possibly involve your partner, whether that be in business, marriage, or just some sort of commitment. And if you're a religious person, this would represent an energy possibly of like the justice always comes in from the spiritual realm. So a religion, it would be like a pope, cardinal, bishop, rabbi, guru, that type of whatever, whoever you look up to in your religion. If it's you're more on the spiritual end, this would represent doing meditation and prayer to discipline your mind so that you could feel the energy with your heart and get to your authentic desires here. And that energy would be representing would be going straight to source energy without an intermediary, so representing God's energy. And then this here would be brought down to earth, and it would be up to the Hierophant to make sure that the justice is distributed through the legal processes in the 3D world. And this is a transition that's coming in for you that will be a blessing. At this time, we just had that on the 16th, we had the new moon energy. It's now the 18th, so this energy is talking about, it's in the sign of Taurus. And so it's talking about some sort of energy around your possessions, and Taurus energy likes to have security, knowing that all the bills can be paid, that there's like enough for a beautiful home, that type of energy. And across the wheel of the horoscope from that energy is the energy of Scorpio. And Scorpio is more like, let's blow it up and let's see if we can put it back together and make it better. And the Taurus energy is like, no, don't touch my shift. So this energy could be in conflict, like you might be feeling some conflict, and it's been maybe highlighted for you in the last week or so with this new moon energy. And the Libra energy is really very much about being ready for marriage, being mature enough to make those commitments, those types of, like a lot of times people don't realize what a huge commitment marriage and starting a family really is. Till you bring a baby home, you don't realize, like, for something that's so small and helpless, they rule the house, and it changes your life forever in many positive ways, and also in many ways that, you always have to be looking out for their needs first when they're that young. And so this energy is talking about being ready for that commitment. And perhaps this relationship was in the past and you had love for each other, but you weren't really ready for that level of commitment, or at least the King of Wands wasn't. And then this is the High Priestess energy. And the High Priestess is talking about, around this new moon, full moon energy, we will really be feeling a lot of our intuition kicks in, and it's really high. And right now the moon energy is very strong because this month of May, we actually have 3 moons. We have 2 full moons this month, which is once in a blue moon. So that's why if you've been looking for a new moon reading that I usually do, the reason there isn't one is because I'm waiting I only have room for 2 moon readings in my schedule per month. And I'm going to do one after these readings. I'm going to do one for each of the signs regarding the once in a blue moon energy. So that intuition is very high. The High Priestess is representing that energy. She is highly intuitive, and she sits next to God, and she is, the crescent moon here represents that energy. She is sitting in between these 2 pillars, which represent 2 extremes, and all the information coming in from both sides, like the outside and the inside conflict and all this information. This is talking about infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond, but she has to be able to sort through it. And if you try and get your mind to do that, it just brings up more questions a lot of the time. So you need to go to your heart and figure out what your authentic desires are before you can get to your crowning glory. So this is about plugging your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind into your heart and going after your authentic desires. And that's the energy she's in. And now she's sitting in between two major extremes, because this is representing Jesus and this is representing the devil. And then we have the Three of Cups energy. So the Three of Cups is representing, these people are celebrating something, but they're not celebrating each other. They're not looking at each other. They're looking at the cups. And then this would be some sort of event. Sometimes this energy can quite often represent a third-party involvement that might have caused this disappointment down here and this energy. And so I feel like this can represent gossip and slander in that case. And so the celebration, this could actually represent the energy of one of the third-party energy. You know, there's 3 here instead of 2. And so also this, you know, in many cultures when you're toasting someone, in Europe in particular, if you don't look someone in the eye, they'll freak out. Like they'll be like, look me in the eye, because they have a very deep superstition that not if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it can cause 7 years bad luck in your romantic life for you and them. And so this card, I feel, is representing the third party energy. This is in your higher learning. This is in your this is transformation. So this blessing is coming in and it's going to transform this situation. This energy is talking about your higher learning. Yes, going off, that makes more sense. And this is your career and reputation. So this third party energy, this could represent, if it's not your partner in love, it could be both that, you know, it could be your partner in love and business, either or. But they may have been gossiping and slandering about you because they're doing business behind your back with someone else and you don't know about it, that type of energy. And then we have this card here is, now that you know what you know, because you found this out, you have conviction beyond a doubt that you're going to stand your ground. And that's where, look at, you're victorious here. And so this is talking about this external forces coming in. And here they are. And you're like, you know what? I just found out what you did. And I have conviction beyond a doubt. This belongs to me. I am going to stand my ground. I'm on higher ground. And you notice this person has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. This is saying that, you know, they might be caught in between the two realms. And sometimes this can represent the energy of the external force causing this conflict, being a copycat. And walking in someone else's shoes, walking in your shoes, and this could be this energy of identity theft. So, yeah, that is in your blessings coming in from the Hierophant. The Hierophant is dealing with the justice of this situation on the spiritual realm and also in the physical courts. So perhaps that's going to change your position when it comes to Pentacle energy. And yes, this is saying there's going to be a lot more opportunities coming up. I feel that this is representing this black hole energy. This is saying that these opportunities, there's 7 of them here, but they have like different things in them. One represents beauty. We've got a snake in one, so it might not appear to be an opportunity. It might be a challenge. You know, there's illusions. There's the laurel, the flower garden, all these different energies. And but all of these are opportunities that were destined for you. And some of them are going to be more challenging than others. Possibilities are often disguised as challenges, because that makes them, the bigger the challenge, the more energy you put into it. You're going to receive more benefit. So this is you. You're like a black hole, just like, this was meant for you to suck in all these opportunities, but your copycat energy decided they wanted your opportunities. And so what is opportunity, like, so this is saying you need to take these back. This is what the blessings coming in are. This is a blessing for you to now know what was going on behind your back here. That's why you have not received the pentacles that you have. and that it hasn't, your business hasn't had the opportunities it was supposed to, because possibly someone was working behind the scenes and giving the opportunities, your partner, and this could even be both. This could be a third party energy working together with your ex, I would imagine now, spouse, partner, etc., to take these opportunities from you and pretending maybe identity theft or some sort of energy to be you. You know, it doesn't, that's not for everybody, but that's how I'm reading this right now. That's what it feels like has a possibility for at least one person that I'm reading for here. So if that's the case, you know, then you need to look into, if your intuition is yelling at you, you know, take a look into this energy. Don't go accusing people. This is a tarot reading and it's general and collective. So, you know, you don't have to be all paranoid and superstitious. Make sure you look into things properly. But there is a chance that there is some sort of that energy coming. And I feel if that is happening in your life, it could be, this is a matter of degree. This is, I'm talking about this is an energy where they've taken it to the utmost, basically. So if you're enjoying this reading and you're leaving it here, please do give it a like and comment. It really empowers me to build my channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want further clarification. I feel like this energy here might have been in the past, and it might have been going on, and now you're cleaning it up for some of you, or it's in the present, or you're going to find this out in the very near future. It's coming in, though. It's already on the spiritual realm. Okay, we're going to clarify with my oracle tales from the Vector. Okay, so Temperance. Okay, so this is something I started back in 2007. I'm an artist, and I completed 64 paintings. That's one of them. This is from the series of my horoscope paintings. And these are actually, this is a reproduction. This was actually an ink drawing. And so I completed all 64 paintings at the end of 2020, and I'm working on bringing the oracle out, but I have a website, talesfromthevector.com, and I do have some information on there, and I have a gallery with all the paintings in them. And these numbers on these cards represent how they are listed in the gallery. So I'm going to put those in the description box below in the order that they come up here, so that you know which paintings to look for if you decide to go there. This is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. So we have devotion here. This is about the reason why you're victorious and your leadership skills are being seen by all is because of your patience and being able to rein your emotions in, to stay on your path and not temperance is when you are patient and you don't let your emotions get the best of you. We have the falling star energy. So this is talking about someone that you felt you were in love with. And it's saying falling and failing in love is a matter of I. And that's saying that sometimes you have to look out for yourself. And if this has been the energy that your partner has been in, I feel, you have to look after yourself here. However much love you have for yourself, you have to bring that in. If you do that, the Wheel of Fortune is turning for you. Things are coming in for the better. God's plan is coming into place. Also, we have a lot of this Aries energy. This is this Aries energy. Neptune, Saturn, and 4 other planets all moved into the sign of Aries, in the last few months here. And this only happens probably once, they say, in every 500 to 800 years. So it's a lot of energy. A lot of planets were sitting in new. And Neptune will be there for another 14 years and Saturn for about 2.5. So Neptune is about how you approach idealism and how you approach your relationships, your life in general. And Saturn is about being responsible about how you do it. And also being able to see possibilities and challenges. And so this devil energy, definitely there was some conflict brought in from outside for sure. And this is temptation coming in. When the devil energy comes up, I always cover it with the next card up, because I want to see that you're not going to get the truth from the devil. The devil energy is very manipulative. It represents temptation. So definitely this conflict is caused because someone gave in to temptation. Quite often it has to do with lovers. And I feel that's the energy, but I feel that it's gone further than that. And this could represent your lover also being maybe a business partner, your spouse, that type of energy. And he's been working with his third-party energy or her third-party energy to take these opportunities that were meant for you, which is why you have less pentacles than you thought, the need to be right. So yeah, sometimes you can fall into an energy where you need to be right. And like that's righteous, righteous anger and getting to the truth of the matter. But sometimes we can be in an energy where we need to be right. And I feel that this is talking about the temptation coming in from your partner, the energy they brought in. They're trying to convince themselves, oh, we're right about this. We deserve this more than she does or he does. That type of energy. It's just lazy people who don't want to do the work themselves. So they make up stories to themselves, and eventually they believe themselves, and then they, everybody else is wrong and they're right. They deserve this more than you, even though it was meant for you, destined for you, and you're the one who did the work to have it. But they'll convince themselves that they are right. And then the trauma queen energy is hold the drama. And that's kind of where you're at right now. You're realizing that the reason why you're short some pentacles and there's a shortfall here is because of this, someone's causing a lot of drama in your life. I feel that's that third party energy and your partner or possibly ex-partner by this point. This is the hangman. It's caused you to be stuck because, and I feel like this energy, like the hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge and he hangs upside down to gain a different perspective. But sometimes bats also hang upside down, and it might be like keeping the energy might be like a vampire sucking your energy, this energy of taking what's yours slowly and draining you of it. That's this energy here, being on the stage and being drained of your energy. And so this is talking about, keeping you stuck. And it's because it's someone that you have a relationship with that possibly you are married to with this energy here. And then, and you have a huge capacity for love. So you didn't want to believe that this person would do that. So, it's kind of like a blind spot for you. And then, but this is the same dragon. She's representing the heart chakra energy. Here she's falling upside down, and she's representing your, excuse me. Now that's a way of clearing energy. She's representing this energy from your heart. Whoa, you're letting that go. That might be these two swords here that were put in your heart from these two people, and you've decided to blow that out. And because now we have God's judgment coming in, cosmic judgment, and this judgment is unfettered. It's coming from the cosmic heart, and it's the truth is coming out, and the truth will set you free. It's that type of energy we have. For the external forces, the underlying energy is the manifestors. So that I feel that this is actually going to allow you to manifest in a much stronger way now that you know the truth coming in. Once you get that truth, it's going to cause death, like transition in your relationship with your partner, commitment, this could represent your spouse energy. Then Taurus energy. The Hierophant is coming into, the Taurus energy is representing, this new moon energy actually coming in, and it's sitting in the Scorpio energy where it got taken apart. Oh, let's put it back together again and give it to someone else. I don't think so. I don't think so. This is the Hierophant is saying, no, that's not how it works. It would be better. Yeah, it would be better if my third-party energy, and I shared this rather than you and I shared it. And we like this because we are receiving the benefits of all your hard work, and we don't have to do anything. We can sneak around while you're busy at work. We're sneaking around in the daylight at noon doing God knows what, and God does know what, and that's why now justice is being called. And your intuition, like now you can go on a foolhardy journey rather than a foolish one where you have expectations that your partner would never do this, and now you're finding out yes. And unfortunately, this sometimes represents an energy of it being someone from your family or someone that's collaborating with them that you thought was a friend, and you being attached to, and look at this, they're attached to what was yours. So what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. Yeah, that's not the best energy at all. And then we have justice coming in. That's the blessing from the Hierophant coming in. And we're talking about indifference here. So this is karmic space. This is when people say, oh, we're all in it together, but they are totally indifferent to your suffering because they want this and they need to be right. And the devil has convinced them, oh, you're right. You definitely deserve this more than them. And how the devil manages to justify that, I'm not quite sure, because if you're the one who's doing all the work, and they have, anytime, here's a clue, anytime you have to sneak around in broad daylight, it probably is a sign that what you're doing is probably not, that it is not necessarily progress for everybody else. So this has been kind of a funny reading. So, this is collective, so take what works for you. Some of this could not apply to you for sure. I'm talking about a lot of energy coming in here. Please give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed the story of it, and I will, and also consider subscribing if you resonate. I would be honored if you did so. I will be back with that once in a blue moon reading for you soon. Sorry, little kitty.